Hello Titans, and welcome to another exciting season of Titan Sports. I'm your host, Michael Patterson, and beside me is Monica Deanda, and we're here to give you the latest scores, highlights, and everything else Titan athletics. Well, Monica, I'm certainly excited to be back for this semester. How's your semester been going so far?
It's going really well. It's just going by super fast. But tell me, have you been keeping up with the Winter Olympics?
Oh, of course. You know, big sports fan, love the Olympics, especially the greatest sport in the Winter Olympics, and that is curling. And that's a fact.
I'm more of a figure skating girl, but it's okay. Now let's see what's going on with Titan athletics.
This past weekend, the Titans hosted the Fullerton Invite, facing off against Grand Canyon and San Jose State. The Titans got off to a hot start against Grand Canyon as doubles partners Carla Portalatin and Sarah Nuno won their match 6-2. Fullerton ended the doubles round, winning 2-1. The domination would continue as they won 5 out of 6 matches in the singles round. Fullerton beat Grand Canyon 6-1, and the next day the Titans faced San Jose State. This game would have a similar result as the Titans' last one, as Fullerton continued their domination. The Titans again would have it easy in the doubles round, this time going undefeated in the singles round. The singles round got off to a rough start, however, as Sarah Nuno would lose her match 0-6 and 2-6. The team would recover, however, and take the rest of the matches to give Fullerton a 4-1 victory. The Titans' record is now 5-1, and they will look forward to conference play as they host CSUN on Friday, February 16th at 1:30 p.m.
The softball team opened their season red hot as they hosted the Titan Classic over the weekend and recorded wins in 3 out of the 4 games. The Titans managed to score 5 or more runs in all 4 games, including extra base hits from infielders Brianna Ibarra, Cheyenne Brennan, and Zoya Richard. The 3 players combined for a total of 16 RBIs for the first 4 games of the season and is a sure sign of a strong offensive start for the team. The Titans will look to continue to keep their power surge going as they hit the road down to San Diego to take part in the Campbell Cartier tournament this weekend, beginning Friday, February 16th.
It's been a wild season so far for the men's basketball team, from winning their first 4 games in conference play to losing their last 4 out of 5 going into last week. Victories against Cal Poly and UC Davis would guarantee season sweeps of both teams for the Titans. These Titan W's were aided by big performances from Khalil Ahmad, who averaged 26 points per game and 70% shooting last week. Ahmad was also named the Big West Men's Basketball Player of the Week last week. The Titans now have a 7-4 record in the Big West Conference, as well as a 14-9 record overall.
Titans right-handed pitcher Colton Eastman hasn't been a player to fall in the face of adversity or pressure, not even after missing most of the season last year due to injury, and especially not after shutting down the limiting Long Beach State to just 1 hit in 7 innings to help send the Titans back to Omaha last season. Heroics like this don't go unnoticed, as Eastman has earned the spot on USA's Baseball 55 Player Preseason Golden Spikes Award watch list for the 2nd straight year. This recognition is only given out to the top amateur players in the country, and Eastman is the only one of 5 athletes to receive the recognition in consecutive seasons. Eastman is also the only player in the list representing the Big West Conference. Now, before we send it off to the next segment, it is with heavy hearts to inform that former Titans baseball player Ryan Owens died this week of natural causes. Owens spent 3 seasons as a Titan from 1997 to 1999 and finished with a career average of .316 with 34 home runs and 163 RBIs. Owens was respected on and off the field, and he will be dearly missed as a Titan alumni.
Now we'll send it off to Brandy with this week's baseball segment. Take it away, Brandy.
Thanks, guys. Well, it's finally springtime, and you know what that means. Baseball is back, baby, and I've got all the latest scoop and who to look out for in this season for Titans baseball. So come and join me, and let's talk On the Mound. Welcome to this week's edition of On the Mound. I'm your host, Brandy Flores, and today I have with me Haggy. Haggy, can I call you Haggy?
Yeah, that's fine.
How are you doing today, Haggy?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you, Brandy?
I'm doing awesome. I'm really excited for baseball season this year. How are you feeling about it?
I'm very excited. The best season of the year, right?
Definitely. Now, one thing to look for in baseball this year, the Titans were ranked in all 6 of the preseason polls. What does this kind of mean for the team for this upcoming season?
Well, it's a great start considering that on the mound last year they really didn't have a great ERA, and their batting average was pretty low considering a lot of the NCAA had great seasons last year. One bright point for the team, even with losing a couple big guys like John Gavin, is Colton Eastman. 2016, 2016 he had a 2.24 ERA and posted 100 strikeouts over 100 innings, which was absolutely phenomenal. 2017 he was held back a little bit with an elbow injury, only posted 2 wins over 7 games, still kept that ERA in the low 2s. So this year it does look very promising with his really strong fastball curveball combo. He's going to be a great strikeout pitcher for the Titans this year.
Definitely. He was also just recently given an award as well for his pitching. And now, what does this mean for the closer, Brett Conine? He's also a big one to look forward to.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
How do you think his impact on the team will be leading up?
Oh, I think Brett Conine is going to have a phenomenal season this year. Last season, he posted a 1.39 ERA over 45 innings. In those 45 innings, he posted 43 strikeouts over 6 walks. That's just over 7 strikeouts per walk. Means his accuracy is on point, and I think he will be on point for the Titans this year.
Now that we've got the defensive side, I think they're pretty solid from what we can tell, especially pitching-wise. Fullerton's always been kind of a good pitching team. Also, one thing that they are good at is strategy. They know how to strategize, moving those guys around the bases. Although one thing that they do lack is kind of big hitting. What do you think is going to change to surpass that? Because in the past, they've gotten people on base, but they've left a lot of guys on base. So what do you think needs to change in order to do that? Who needs to step up?
Yeah, so first of all, there's a sophomore, Sahid Valenzuela. He had a phenomenal freshman year. He posted a .314 batting average, only had 3 errors on the bag. I think he's going to have a phenomenal season all around. And if he even posts a fraction of that season, the Titans are off to a great year. As well as him, more of a power hitter guy. Ruben Cardenas only had 16 games last year, but in those 16 games he had a 2.39 ERA, or 2.93 ERA, and 3 homers in just 16 games. He's a great speed and power guy, and I think that he's also going to help the Titans out this year.
So along with their strategy of moving people around the bases, we definitely need those big players to come in and get this game scoring. Now, their first game is next week against Nevada here at Goodwin Field. Now, what's one thing that they should really focus on, especially in the preseason, so they can get ready for conference?
I would say that they mostly need to focus on their hitting. That was a big lacking part. They didn't even rank in the top 50 of all NCAA last year. So hitting is going to be the biggest priority of the season. Also, getting those pitchers up to a higher caliber would really help too. I think Colton Eastman and Brett Conine are really going to help that department. But overall, I think the Titans are really going to have a great season this year. They were ranked anywhere from 17 to 10. I think that 10 spot looks pretty good right now.
Definitely, and hopefully we'll see more coming from the Titans. Now, one thing I also want to mention for Titans baseball is that Jake Pavlicek has recently been putting up a regular column on the Titan Athletics baseball website where he talks about and gives a specific insight for what a day in the life is of a Titans baseball player. One thing that he does mention and is very adamant about, that student comes before athlete, which is very true. He also feels that most athletes have a target on their back from other students because they always say things like, you know, you have it easy, you're a baseball player, when not necessarily true. They're always on the road, traveling, practice. Their lives are scheduled to the T. Their only focus is studies and baseball, and they're here to learn. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the Mound, Haggy.
Oh, no worries. Always love to be here, Brandy.
Awesome. Well, now let's send it off to Megan and find out what's coming up in these next couple of weeks for Titan Athletics. Megan, you're up.
Thanks, Brandy. With the spring semester underway, both basketball teams are getting ready for the upcoming Big West tournament in March. But before they do that, they still have a few games left in conference play. The women's basketball team will travel to take on rivals Long Beach State on Saturday, February 17th at 4 p.m. They'll be back at Titan Gym on Thursday, February 22nd to match up against UC Riverside at 7 p.m. The Titans hit the road Saturday, February 24th to take on the Mustangs at 2 p.m. For the last home game of the season, the team will be looking for some redemption against UC Davis when they host the Aggies on Thursday, March 1st at 7 p.m. If you don't want to miss their last conference game before the tournament, you can tune in to ESPN3 on Saturday, March 3rd to watch them take on UC Irvine at 2 o'clock. As the men's basketball team looks to end their season strong, they will face off against Cal State Northridge on Saturday, February 17th at 6 p.m. in the Titan Gym. The Titans will then hit the road and play UCR on Wednesday, February 21st at 7 p.m. On Saturday, the 24th, a game you won't want to miss, the Titans match up against rivals Long Beach State at home. They will then travel to take on Northridge Wednesday, February 28th at 6 p.m. On Saturday, March 3rd at 3 o'clock, the University of Hawaii's Rainbow Warriors will come to Cal State Fullerton for the Titans' last home game of the season. But there's no need to be too sad about basketball season ending because baseball and softball are just getting started. The baseball team begins their season on the road this weekend in a series against Stanford beginning February 17th. After that, the next 5 games for the Titans will be on home turf at Goodwin Field. Tuesday, February 20th, the University of Nevada comes to town for a game at 6 p.m. That weekend, the Titans will host a 3-game series against the University of Houston, beginning Friday, February 23rd. The guys will have the following Monday off, but are back out on the field Tuesday, February 27th, in a game at home against UCLA at 6. After hosting a successful tournament this past weekend, the softball team hopes to keep their momentum going as they travel to San Diego for the Campbell Cartier Classic on Friday the 17th. The team will get a little break from tournament action when they host University of San Diego on Thursday, February 22nd at 5 p.m. The Titans will then move on to compete in the Mary Nutter Classic tournament beginning Friday the 24th in Cathedral City. Women's tennis, with a 5-1 record, looks to continue their successful season as they travel to Loyola Marymount on Saturday, February 17th, with a match beginning at 10 a.m. The team will have an entire week before they are on the road again, matching up against the University of San Francisco on Saturday, February 24th at 3 p.m. They will make a quick turnaround trip and travel to Santa Clara the following day on February 25th for a match at 10 a.m. The Titans will finally return home to go up against Azusa Pacific on Thursday, March 1st at 1:30. And last but definitely not least, the men's golf team will compete in the Wyoming Desert Intercollegiate Golf Tournament beginning on Saturday, February 17th. That's it for this week's Titan Timeline. I'm Megan Tate. Back to you guys in the studio.
And that'll do it for this week's edition of Titan Sports. We're glad you could join us for our first episode of the new season. You can catch our past episodes and game highlight packages on our Titan Sports YouTube channel.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CSUF Titan Sports and give us a like on Facebook to stay connected with us.
On behalf of our Titan Sports team, I'm Michael Patterson.
And I'm Monica Deanda.
And thank you for watching. Remember to keep those tusks up, Titans, and we'll see you next time.